Hello, welcome everybody, welcome. Happy Tuesday of April the 16th of 2024. Welcome. This is a welcoming reading that I'm going to impose and expose and everything else what's going to happen. And I know that there are things that you're trying to remember, but it is the way of how it's going to be. I know that everything is not, you know, vaguely and all that, but this is a wonderful feeling about how this is going to explain. I'm going to explain what's going to happen between uh, Scorpio side and a Virgo side. Now, these two are different energies. They do like it could be feminine as the woman and Scorpio as the man, right? And this is a very interesting reading that I'm going to go to way of how it is. Um, this is going to be a little bit different than I did the last one, right? So technically, this is an opportunity to understand that. The oracle cards that I have in my hand, I'll reveal them almost at the end of the video, but this is how it seems to be. So understand that as well, right? Because you see it as a wonderful feeling. So we have first quarter moon in Scorpio. Release your blocks. So we're going to look at that. And we have new moon in Virgo is trust all will be well. So we're going to look at that. Because in that way, this is a very interesting way of how it's going to be. Because you're trying to remember and how it is and how you can believe it and how it is. But this is how it is. It's the same way as it goes along, and from an opportunity that you see it as a wonderful feeling, right? Because in that note, this is how brutal it is to understand about energies can switch, right? And they do. But this is how it's gonna be because like I say, it's the way of how everything is gonna go. Now, readings are different, and readings are massive and all that. And I might do another massive video, a massive reading, sorry, not a video, but you know what I mean. So this is how it's gonna be. It's a process to understand that, right? And this is how it's gonna be. So you think about it, you think about how it's gonna succeed and everything else, and it's very prompting of how it's gonna go. So I can see it as a wonderful feeling because in that aspect, it's the way of how everything is going to be always another feeling. So we're going to look at the feminine side. We're going to look at and then we're going to look at the man side as well. But this is how it's going to be imposing because in that note, I see it as a wonderful feeling. So this is how it's going to be into the way of how everything is, because when I see it as it goes along, you think that everything is fine and everything is all, believable and how it is and how it, succeeds. And you see it as a wonderful feeling, right? So I can understand that too, sweet, because it's the way of how everything is going to be all, interesting. But let's check out this reading. So Virgo, I have basically, this is very, so you have the death card that's reversed, so you have no endings. The devil that's reversed, you're not, you're acting like there's no violence. There's nothing about that. But I want to clarify that card as well. We have the Ten of Swords that's upright because you have burdens, you have going through emotions, you have you have a friendship or relationship that's going, and you have the Ten of Wands that's reversed. So I want to see these three reverse cards. I'm going to what's the word I'm looking for? I'm going to see what's going to happen. So I'm going to see it. I'm going to know what's happening through what's going to happen. So this is going to be the feminine side that I'm going to do, which means feminine is the woman. So I want to see what's happening with that. So I'm going to clarify that card, that card, that card. And we have the Seven of Wands is upright. Yeah. And then you have the Moon that's reversed. Then you have basically the Four of Cups that's reversed. That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Because you're trying to focus on your ability to know what's going to happen, right? Because there are things that you're trying to remember. Ah, the Page of Swords is upright. Yeah, yeah, because you're trying to stay on your ground, and you know that's how it was. But see, when you have the friendship card or the relationship card, there's something that was going on to it, right? Because I can see it in that way. Yeah, you have the Nine of Wands that's reversed. Yeah, because you have no victory on your side because you're losing privilege. Yeah, it is, right? Because you're attacking and you don't deserve it. And, you know, it's very bashful of how it seems to be, right? Because there are things that you're trying to remember. Let's also go to that card, please. The Hangman that's upright. Yeah, because you have restrictions, right? Because you're being restricted. Because you can't do whatever you want, and you know, the funniest thing is to you, Virgo, as the woman, there are things that you're trying to remember, but then it's like, forget this, I'm out. Now that's very interesting. You know, if you are acting like you're being all mean to somebody and you're doing that on purposely, and you don't want to get, the center of attention and you're being attacked and whatever, it's the way of how it goes. Slow and steady wins the race, isn't it? Yeah. But you're not getting there. You're thinking that everything is all perfect and you're being like inconsiderate. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because it means that whenever you purposely do something to someone else and you deserve it, you deserve it. It's the way of that you're having failure, you're failing something. And whenever you're failing, oh yeah, it costs you a living of your life. Yeah, because everything is falling apart. You don't like it when things don't go your way. And I'm laughing because yeah, what goes around comes around. If you lose people, if you lose friendships, if you lose relationships, but if you are causing and you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, that's how it is, right? It's the way of how you can remember that, yes, everything seems to be fine, but is it your fault? Is it like somebody is kind of picking on you? Yeah, they would be, right? Because, it's the way of how you can tick, 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 like a time bomb, right? And whenever you get upset and you get somebody to be ticked off and say something being rude or mean or nasty, it's the way of how it is. You know, if you have a good attitude, you understand that. But if you're being mean, nasty, whatever, and you don't like your attitude, wow, you're being like a childish teenager, like I never met before. You're acting like a different person. If you switch that behind, you know exactly how it was. You know, I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. But that's what the cards are saying because, in other words, it's like everything is going to be all, you know, beautiful and stuff. But when you think about it and you're taking it as, the highway or whatever, it's your decision, right? If you think that you're attacking somebody, if you're being rude, nasty, whatever. It's your only way to have self-respect by others. But if you don't take that, well, what's the point, right? You have to get yourself an own darn life. Get it through your head, you know? It's the way of how you can put it into perspective. This is the not the way of how everything is going to be, but it's your life. If you take it on others and you put the blame on somebody else, well, you're not a good person. A Virgo woman like you has to be having self-respect, not to be putting others, down and you're being the higher up and whatever. No, no, it doesn't work out that way. If you're acting like you're being mean and whatever and being nasty and having criticism, whatever it is, it's the way that everything is shifted. It's just not. It's the anger, it's the issues, it's the situations. You have to look it up for yourself. Think about how everything is going to be all nasty to you. Think about how put others are putting down by you. You're biasly taking yourself out of a situation rather than be in the situation. You get what I mean. It's not all about you. Maybe it could be all about you, but you're not being the center of attention. Nobody doesn't care about you, Virgo woman. You see it as a wonderful feeling, but you have to know exactly what to do. I'm not being mean or rude. No, I'm just saying what the cards are saying. Because look at this. Yeah, think about it. Think about it to yourself. Think about how you're going to act like this. Because this is just a reading right now. I'm not adding the Scorpios yet, but I will. Considering it. Considering how everything is all smashed together. Figure it out for yourself. Figure out that you're still standing with your friendship card or your relationship, but then you have all these burdens. Well, it's your way. Take it or leave it, because it's your way. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to see about the Scorpio man side, and then I'm going to smash everything up. So figure it out, Virgo. All right. First card, Moon in Scorpio. Release your blocks. We're going to check out the Scorpio man. I already kind of shuffled these, but I'm going to shuffle again. See what the Scorpio is. So you have the Eight of Cups that's upright. Oh wow, Seven of Pentacles is upright. Yeah. Oh wow, the Eight of Wands reversed. Oh boy. Oh wow, the Three of Wands is upright. Wow. The Emperor is upright. And you have the Four of Pentacles is upright. Wow, look at this. This is a good reading so far for you, Scorpio man. Yeah, see, you think that everything was all peaceful, but look at this. Look at how interesting your reading is compared to Virgo's. Yeah, so you see it, right? Now I'm going to clarify the Eight of Wands because there is a third party in this situation. There's always be a third party. Yeah, but we're going to check it out. So I'm going to clarify. The Two of Cups is upright. Yeah, see? Because you're having the friendship or the relationship, and I know what's happening because I've seen this. I've seen it how the cards are right now. Because you think that everything's fine, everything's peaceful, and you look at your career, you think that everything's all good, but then you think that, okay, well, everything seems to be fine, right? Now you look at this, you think, okay, what's going to happen now? Well, I want to clarify because I'm going to see it. I'm going to think that, is there something that was messed up? And, I don't see it, but I want to understand it. Let's figure this out, shall we? So I'm going to clarify this card here, this card here, this card, this card, this card. So let's see what the Scorpio Man is. Okay, so the 5 wands, that's reversed. Okay. Oh yeah, the 9 of swords, that's reversed. The 10 of wands is upright. Wow. The 5 of swords, that's reversed. Yeah, see, because there's no conflict here. And the 4 of cups, that's reversed. Yeah, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You don't have the conflict. No, you don't. Because it's not about your issue. Because you're looking for a friendship and or relationship or whatever, and I could see it as a wonderful direction. Yeah, I can see it. But I'm going to clarify. I'm going to clarify that card, this card. So let's see. Yeah, the 7 wands is deceit. Yep, because or 7 swords. Yeah, deceit because that's how it seems to be. The 5 of swords is revenge. Oh yeah, yeah, you're getting revenge because on what a Virgo woman did, it was very messed up. Yeah, yep. And then you have 8 of wands reversed is speed. There's no speed here, right? You have slow and steady wins the race. And yet the 3 of swords is heartbreak. Yeah, because you're taking the stand because on what this situation is between a Scorpio man and a Virgo woman, they're both are different energies, don't they? Yeah, because this is how it's gonna be. The Virgo woman was being mean to a Scorpio man. Now I can see it, down that way, right? It's the way of how you can remember about how you can make your own mistakes. You put the blame on somebody else. You do that because whenever you get to that point of having your own revenge, and you do that because it's your way of how it is, you think that it's all about that person. Now, the Virgo woman will take it as she wants, and then she will respect what happens. She thinks that it's all about her fault. It's actually her fault because whatever she did, and she puts the blame on someone else and say mean words, whatever, it's her way of telling to somebody to say, back off, leave me alone, whatever. And she's taking highly the circumstance of criticism. Yeah, because she's acting out. She's acting all, weird about all her emotions. She thinks that how everything is all bad. It is because it's affecting her. She thinks that it's all about her, it's all about her, it's all about her. But you think about that. Think about it as having it as a way to know what's going to happen. If you think that you have a friendship with somebody or that person doesn't want you, whatever, and she thinks that she's going to lose the friendship, or she thinks that she hates you, whatever. She thinks about that because she thinks that everything's horrible onto her life. I can see it both ways. There's always a two-way street. There's always a two-way story here. You look at it from a different angle rather than just like deserve it and think, wow, you think that how disgusting it is in your own life. You figure it out for yourself. You're being all, nasty and criticism and whatever. You're trying to have, you know, you're trying to defend of your own self. But you're not defending yourself. You're offending yourself because you're trying to get what you want. You're trying to figure things out. Yes, yes, a Virgo woman likes to act and whatever, and she likes to fly off the handle and whatever. And it happens because it's the way of knowing what to do. It's the way of how to understand what's happening. Yes, you see of how it goes, but it's the way of how you can be unexpected. It's the way of how you can understand what's going to happen. You know, you see it as a wonderful feeling. But in Scorpio's mind, in the Scorpio man, he wants to take the heartbreak because he's heartbroken, and the Virgo woman is, being all mean to him because she doesn't care. She thinks that it's the opposite. She thinks that, oh, Scorpio man is hurting the Virgo woman. Now that's completely opposite. Now you see that, right? But this is the way of I'm going to see it. They're all different elements because they are different, right? One's water, one's earth. You see it, right? But it's the way of how you can be, you know, dis disheartening, and it's the way of how everything is all smashed together. It's chaotic, right? Because a Virgo woman, she thinks that she has a good life and she thinks that everything is all good and whatever. And I have seen it so many times where I have met a Virgo woman in my own life. I've seen it so many times, and this is how I'm going to tell you the truth. And what's the truth? She always acts like she's going to fly off the handle, and she always says, "Oh, well, I have 1 minute and whatever, and I'm not happy right now," because she doesn't have her own life. She thinks that everything's all criticism, and she gets all angry, upset, and she wants to avoid and whatever. It's her life because if she's acting like a know-it-all who wants to know everything, she's doing that because she wants to attack people with their own words, their own actions. She wants to be all defensive. She wants to offend her own self. She wants to be attacked. And, you know, it's the same thing as a Scorpio man. He understands that he's getting attacked by the Virgo woman because she doesn't understand him. She thinks that it could be all cuckoo, you know. It's the way of how you can understand that. If you're being mean to somebody, if you're doing that and you're trying to get all highly attractive, whatever, it's the way of how you can try to understand that. Figure out for yourself. Figure out about how everything is going to be. This is a way of how it goes. You think to yourself and say, wow, what should I do? And you think about that. You think about how everything is going to be all, you know, get it through your own mind. Think about how things were from the past until now as the present. You look at the way of how it was for a couple few months ago. You think about how, disgusting about what your life was. You think about how everyone's treating you differently because you're doing that because you want to be the center of attention. I've seen that. I've seen it as a Virgo woman because whether she acts like that is the way that no one doesn't care about the Virgo woman. She cares that, oh, get your own life, whatever, don't bug me, whatever, say bad words, whatever. She does that because she's going to create a big, huge, entire, time bomb and kaboom because she doesn't want that. But you know what? It's the way of how everything is. You take that as a you take that as a grain of salt rather than a pepper. A pepper you get a sneeze. The salt you're not. But you think about that. Think about to yourself and say, wow, I guess Zoe Alex is talking about it. I am, because this is what the cards are saying. Because look at this. It's the pain in the butt where, Scorpio was feeling like this. Friendship was going, the A1s is saying no speed, heartbreak, revenge. You see that. You see this as a wonderful feeling, but it's not. Because Scorpio is getting back to a Virgo woman. See, I see it. The cards don't lie. The cards are telling me what was happening. So here's the thing. I'm going to add everything up together, see what happens, and I'm going to add everything up. It's almost like a big, huge story here. Now, I want to see this before I put this. So remember what I said. New moon in Virgo, trust all will be well. So this is the Virgo woman I'm talking about. I'm going to put it right here. But this is what she has. She has the 2 wands. She has the 2 cups of upright because she knows that she has the friendship. Then she has the hangman that's upright because she has restrictions. Yeah, I can see that. The Knight of Wands reversed was like she didn't have any victory on her side, so she's losing that big time. The Five of Cups is reversed. Yep, and the Ten of Wands was reversed. Yeah, see? This is highly what was happening. The Ten of Swords was upright because she was feeling all the burdens. Yeah, I see it. I see it. Page of Swords was upright. She was trying to stand her ground. She thought that everything was going the way she hoped. The moon energy was reversed, so she thought that everything was all great, but no. The devil was reversed because she didn't have any, bad language, anything like that. She thinks that there was something that was causing it. The Seven of Wands is thinking that she had a lot of burdens or something, or someone was attacking that. And the Death card that's reversed was she didn't have any endings because she didn't want it to be the ending it. So you see it. You see that this is the Virgo woman side. Okay. Now I'm going to add the Scorpio man side. I don't know why my voice is low again, but maybe I am being quiet because this is how it's going to be. Okay, so the Scorpio Man. So he had heartbreak. Yeah, because he was feeling sad. He was feeling like how it was. He had the Four of Cups that was reversed because he thinks that there was something that was, you know, unfriendly, whatever. The Four of Pentacles was, where he could think about the money situation. He thought that everything was fine. He was thinking of how it was. The Ten of Wands was saying that he was feeling all the burdens and, he thinks that everything was weighing down. The Three of Wands was saying that he was having a third party in the situation because he knows that. Two of Cups was upright because he was having the heartbreak between the friendship, right? Then the Eight of Wands was reversed, means that he wasn't traveling to do whatever. And the Eight of Wands reversed was saying that there was no speed. There's no speed. Then the Five of Swords reversed means that he didn't have any conflict. He thought everything was, fine, dandy, what have you. The Emperor was upright because he was thinking that was everything else. The Seven of Swords was upright because he was feeling that there was deceit. He was deceiving that there was something that was happening. The Five of Wands was reversed because he didn't know what to do. The Eight of Cups was upright because he had everything that he wanted. The Five of Swords was upright because he was feeling that there was revenge and he thought that there was no revenge, but then he was thinking about that. And the Knight of Swords was reversed because he didn't think that he had no victory on his side. And the Ten of Pentacles was upright because he was thinking about his career. So do you see this as a different way? Yeah, because you figure it out. You have to remember that this is the way of how it was, right? Because you see it. You see it as as bad as it is, right? Because it's the way of how you can do that. So let's see what the Virgo was. The King of Pentacles that's reversed. Yeah, she wasn't acting like that. She wasn't acting like the ways she did. She was acting like there was something that was bad. Let's also about that card, please. The Nine of Swords was upright. Yeah, trauma. Yeah, she noticed that there was everything that was attacking her, and she was thinking, oh, it's not my fault. It was Scorpio Man's fault. But then you think about it, no. Scorpio Man was feeling that there was the friendship was going downhill, and the Virgo woman was being like, oh well, if there was revenge or there was something that was bad, it was the way of how it was, right? Because this is how it was. This is how it all began. So I wonder what she was feeling. The Eight of Coins that was reversed. Okay, I'm kind of getting somewhere. Let's about that card, please. The Three of Pentacles was upright. Yeah, because she was trying to figure out what was happening. She thinks that it was very disheartening, and she thinks that, yeah, she was acting all, mean and rude, and it was all about her, right? And she did that. She deserved about the consequences. She didn't want the consequences. But I want to see what that card was. the Eight of Pentacles was upright, yeah, because she knows that, if he was thinking about his career, she's thinking about there was something that was bothering her. She was thinking that there was something was wrong with her because she probably wanted money. Maybe she didn't care. Maybe she was hurting, and she wasn't hurting. She was having trauma. She wasn't thinking right. So I want to see what's up about that card, please. The Knight of Swords was drama. Yeah, she was acting out. Like, how do you plan this out? Yeah, Virgo woman. How do you plan it out where you're all acting? Drama, sweetheart. Drama. Yeah, right? Because you do think to yourself and say, wow, acting was a good way. It's the way of how it was. Because you think to yourself is it how it's going to be? Is it going to be all, you know, is it going to be all about you? Think about it to yourself. Think about how acting you are. You're acting like, oh, it's good. Oh, it's fine. Oh, you're acting like a way to know what was happening, the ins, the outs, you know, it makes sense. Because whenever you hurt a Scorpio man and you did that because you wouldn't understand, you wouldn't care, you wouldn't listen, and you're being a bad person, think about that. Think about how deceitful it was. Think about you're acting like a fool, and you are. You know, this is what the cards are saying to me. It's very intrusive, naive, despicable. It's the way of how you can try to remember that it's not about you. It's about your attitude, your energy, your self respect. You think that everyone doesn't care about you. You think that you want to be all nice, 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 and you're acting all nice to different people, and you're being all mean to somebody else, and you're acting like, oh well, I'm gonna call you, you know, I'm gonna be all mean. I'm gonna say a bad word to you, and oh, f off, leave me alone, whatever. Now that's bad language, right? It's not about you, Virgo, Virgo woman. Get through your mind, because whenever you think to yourself and say that you're acting and you think that, oh well, I'm acting because I want to be mean to you and whatever, you say it to your own self. You like to be, backlashed. Yeah, figure it out, right? Because you're having a backlash to somebody else. You're being all nasty. You don't care. You don't whatever, and you want to pick on them and whatever. That's intimidating. You are intimidating. A Virgo woman is intimidating. Why? Because I can see it. I can see it how she ticks like a time bomb to want to go explosion. It's the way of knowing about her anger, her issues, it's the way of how it was. Because drama is what drama does. Figure it out for yourself. It's the way of knowing what to do. Think to yourself. Think about what are you going to do? It's not about you. It's the attitude, your energy. It's basically your fault. The Virgo woman needs to have self respect, not to integrating the other person. But try to remember that it's not about you. It's about how the energy is, how, you know, having nonsense. Because you know why? You can't fix stupid. You can't. If you're acting like that and you're doing it and you want to be all mean to that person, you think to yourself and say, wow, I guess I'm, and you think to that. You think that you are going to act like that because a know-it-all like you want to know everything what's going on. You want to protect somebody or you don't. You want to put that person down. You think to yourself and say, wow. You think about how disgusting it is because you're intimidating the other person. You want to be you all the time. But no, no. You think about all this. Do you see it? This is what you have. Drama, drama, trauma. You know, Scorpio is having revenge, friendship. So this is how it's gonna go. It's the way of knowing what to do because this is how it's gonna be, right? So I want to clarify again about this card. The Fool that's reversed. Yeah, see, there's no change. There is no change. The Scorpio is not going to change it. Scorpio is going to think that there was something that was very heartening about it, right? Because it's the way of how to do that. So we're going to see what that card is. The Queen of Wands was upright. Yeah. Because it's the way of how, heartening it is. Right? You think that everything is all great, but then you think to yourself, wow. Let's see. Let's talk about that card, please. The King of Coins was upright. Yeah, because he was acting like a king. He was acting like, it was his way to get back by a Virgo woman. Because in that note, if she was acting like drama, trauma, that's what she was. Right? Because you think to yourself. So let's see. Let's see about these two cards for Virgo woman. I want to see between the Friends card and the King of Coins. I want to see that for between the Scorpio man, because he's thinking about the friendship. Let's see. So the Virgo woman has the King of Water, trustworthy, compassion, respect, and culture. Open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy and heartfelt advice, charity work. Yeah, she's going to respect that. She's going to respect that as she's going to go along because, you're going to be trustworthy, heart advice, whatever. Is the way of how it was. And the renewal, Archangel Jeremiel is review and evaluate a favorable assessment of the facts. Time to move in a new direction. Yeah, because He is going to try to renew his own energy. She's going to feel it because she thinks that she's going to review, evaluate. She's going to have a favorable assessment of the facts. She's going to do that because it's the way of how everything is going to imply to that situation. Now, the oracle cards I'm going to say is failure. Understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. She's going to have the ability to understand that she failed. She's having failure because she's going to do whatever she wants to do. She's acting and she's being mean to a Scorpio man, as you can see over here. They were thinking about having friendships together, and they think that there could be a friendship relationship that nobody knows about. You think about that. And the coyote is saying, learn from your mistakes. So both of them could be learning about mistakes on what that person was doing. You think about it as a wonderful feeling. You have to remember that. Be respectful. Be of how it was, because that's what it seems to be. So I hope that this reading helps you. Give it a like, give it a comment, enjoy, because this is what's going to happen. Okay? So think about this. Give it a like, give it a comment, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye for now. Bye.